This Honda Cub Ez90 is about to get a full restore. Now, it might look clean how it's sitting right now, but I can promise you this does not meet our standards. This is actually the 4th Cub we have restored this year, and these little things like the rust poking out right here and all the small details is exactly why we're going to be stripping this full bike all the way down to pieces to powder coat everything, refresh the graphics which have faded onto here, polish all of our plastics, and fix all the damaged paint on these rims. It looks like there's even black mold coming in on here. I don't know what that is, but there's small rust spots all over these wheels, which gave me the perfect excuse to strip this thing down and powder coat it all. Things like this very roughly put on aftermarket seat cover, which has cracked and faded off, and all these stickers that are just cracked and faded, and buttons and everything on this bike that just needs an absolute refresh. So we are stripping this thing down to its frame and getting everything off this bike. This bike is pretty complicated, as in the fact that there's so many plastic pieces that clip together. So my best bet is kind of just unscrewing everything that I can see exposed screws, and then kind of just finding out what unclips from each other and slowly piecing this bike down to the bare frame. We have slowly collected a pile of parts, so many panels that come on these Honda Cub Ez90s, and if you know anything, this is thousands of dollars in plastics right here. These bikes are so rare and so expensive, and that's why it's worth it to come in here and fix all these small damages like this, because typically on any other bike I would ignore things like this or spray paint it myself. But for a Honda Cub like this and the way they hold value, it's worth stripping this thing down and getting it all done right. And now we're stripping down the front end because these forks also have to be powder coated. So let's get those off and onto the workbench as we work on these wheels and doing the same thing. We need to get every little bit out of these hubs. We have to take out every seal and every bearing. That's what we're doing right here. We're stripping the hubs down using an inner bearing puller to pop the wheel bearings out, because we have brand new wheel bearings to put in after the powder coat is done as well, and we got those out. There's so many little parts that go into the braking components of these, and then the front suspension, which is fairly simple. We got those all the way down, and as you can see, these are all the parts that we're going to be dropping off to the powder coat store, and these are all the parts that we're going to be stuck cleaning over the next few days. So Cub is sitting there floating in the air right now with no wheels on it, no suspension, and we're going to make this bike look brand new again. So stay tuned for next time when we pick our parts back up from powder coating.